Octon battle. She's not quite a year old yet, but she's not exactly super new. She's a couple of months been with us. Mm-hmm. She's my little baby.
Let's see if I can.
Okay, gonna need to not attack my face right now. Yep.
That wasn't too bad to set up. Oh, it's pretty. Oh wow, yeah, no views. Uh, there you go.
All right. When the stream is actually live, I can just I can open that window, mute it, and then just watch the chat from a separate window. Okay, then yeah, let me go look at our
I think I
page
may be
and
able
do
to
that.
if I sign in as our account here.
All right.
All right, so I'm looking at the live chat now, Frank, so I can.
Live. Yeah.
Oh, the one that we
That
didn't
was
write down.
hardwood floor. Yeah, no,
Oh,
it was yeah.
I was hoping you had
That's
forgotten.
all right. I practically wrote it down. I'm good at remembering.
This is so weird because I'm able to hear the playback from the stream. I had to figure out a way to mute this.
You should, you should definitely mute the window that the stream is in, because that otherwise that's going to be really difficult on your end. It's going to be, I don't know, you guys have ever tried, but there's software that echoes your voice immediately. Like, I don't remember exactly what the delay is, but it's some pretty brief delay after you started talking. And it basically makes it impossible to get through a sentence. I defy anybody to try to say something really long or complicated when your voice is echoing back at you. It just ruins your thought process for whatever reason. It's just like human cheat codes.
I agree. I don't like it.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
But carpet without springs underneath it. It's literally just carpet on top of hard floor, essentially. Yeah.
I think back to the old classic tricking videos, the belaying, like in that one hotel lobby or whatever. That
Oh my
everyone
gosh,
appeared
yeah,
to have tricked in.
where all of the sports martial arts happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. As well as the entire like Jeremy Marina's Prodigy sampler, I'm pretty sure, or something.
It's just got completely different energy.
It does.
See lots of cheerleaders do stuff in hotels too. I also see cheerleaders do shit in malls as well. They do stuff in stupid places.
Not unlike trickers.
Yeah, no, very tricker-like in that way.
I'm thinking of
Yeah, I guess that qualifies, yeah.
I
mean,
well, what about snow? Do we already have snow?
yeah, we do. We talked about snow. Perhaps we should also have an image for it, yes. But I don't think we talked about like ice itself. I don't think anybody
I don't think that would be recommended.
Well,
I guess we could talk more about that during the
before bringing up ice skating, which is about as good as you could do. I suspect that ice skating probably couldn't be considered tricking directly because you're now using some sort of apparatus, that being the skates. But Oh, absolutely. No, I definitely think that there's a connection between ice skating and tricking. It's definitely one of those sports that is related to tricking closely, and that we can kind of steal techniques and training regimens from. Oh yeah, absolutely. I know people have done gainer and stuff on ice. Like people have done actual, and I'm sure people have done cork now because people are stupid and they're willing to do ridiculous things. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend doing any sort of really crazy, twisty, flippy move on ice skates because like your ankles would much prefer you didn't. Like however good at it you get, like it's not worth it, I don't think. I think we are just gonna have to be satisfied with whatever we wind up with. I think we can play with our toys and just be be grateful. Yeah, sure. I think we've got a pretty good spread. Didn't we have like over 20? Yeah,
Nice.
we should be good to talk about them for a little bit at least. I said we should be good to talk about them for a little bit at least.
I've seen oh, you should have put Dookie garbage, Frank, for E tier. I don't know. Maybe not.
We just had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
It's too late.
That one's for Alex.
Absolute garbage. Yeah, definitely put drop a line and let folks know. Yeah, actually, I should be looking at the chat, but I don't suspect that we've got too much going on there yet. Oh, GV tricking. Okay, someone is absolutely here. Are we just going to talk about hooked or surfaces? We're kind of in the midst of. We're thinking of starting out by talking about surfaces, and we might possibly wind up talking about hooked. Specifically, we were thinking of going back and looking at some footage. We weren't all yeah. Mini player? Yes, yes.
I
I'll
think it's
hand.
better than some of the other ones on here, especially some of our meme ones. But so I don't know if necessarily Dookie garbage tier. Probably something like C tier, B tier. Well, let's see what maybe Bryce can bump us up to C or
I
keep us in D.
I think that it could be as high as C. I think it's highly situational. I'll definitely agree with Frank in that it sort of increases the risk for injury for a certain set of moves that you would try on it. And that is absolutely
I
something to
hate Isaiah.
consider, but the same is definitely true of trampoline in my mind. So I wouldn't throw trampoline too low on this list just for that increased risk of injury. But I also well, all right.
We've just started. We know. I want to. I mean, I think there are some way worse options in here, like
Yeah,
like literal
I'll
ice.
save my hatred for something more deserving. But people have gotten fucked up on trampoline and people have gotten fucked up on the grass. Just the fact that people
And the
have gotten
floor,
hurt on them is
yeah.
not itself enough of a data point. What you really want is to compare the rate of injury versus the amount of time spent training on it. And that's something we just can't get into right now because we would need a tremendous amount of information to do that. But we can speculate just based on our anecdotal evidence and our experience. And I would agree with you that the speculation is that it's more likely to cause more injuries.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I can sign off on that. This is at least C. It can't go lower than that, in my opinion. Tricking in a house has a special. It can't go lower than that. Yeah, I actually like tricking on the carpet in people's houses. I've spent a lot of time doing it, so I have a preference for this in particular. But I think there's a lot about tricking, not necessarily the carpet itself, but just like the energy of like tricking in your house. It's definitely something that sort of teaches you to practice control in a way that you would normally never otherwise think about.
Gentle boys.
Hello, Kojo.
Welcome.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah. Honestly, I can't go. I can't go any higher than C for carpet. I think C is appropriate because I'd rather trick on carpet than air track. But yeah, no, I think that
All right. Well, our upper and lower
marginally
bound
better.
is C, so it seems we know what our answer is.
Yeah.
So well, it looks like we're all in agreement.
Yeah, it's not comfortable to. That's still bruised heels.
Yeah, and I still also wouldn't recommend that as your like primary training surface if you can help it. Yes, yeah. You make your thoughts known. This is not a we're not speaking down to you. You have as much a vote in this as we do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of feel like if enough people clamor for something, whatever we say, probably not so important. All right.
S tier, yes, absolutely. You can't. That's the best floor, ideal floor. Right. Probably.
Sheer floor just gets Frank so excited.
That yeah, he forgets.
All of the blood just went straight downstairs.
Check your email.
Okay. Yeah, not controversial. And nothing needs to be said, but maybe we should just say a few words as to why it is clearly S tier, why it shouldn't be lower than that, why it deserves to be there.
I think, it's just that it's the standard, It's like that's probably where, most people measure skill is that, how well you perform on sheer floor. Oh man. Oh.
Okay, so ubiquity, that's definitely one reason. It's probably what most people would consider the primary popular tricking surface. I would argue that another reason to have it in this tier is the combination. I can speak English sometimes. The combination of safety versus being close enough to just a grass unassisted floor. it's not quite a trampoline and it's not quite jumping onto a pillow. It's giving you a little bit of assistance and it's making you a little safer, but it's not so much that you're very far away from how things would feel unassisted. And I think that lends a tremendous amount of benefit, makes it the best surface for training on for the majority of your training time. We gotta
Oh
ban this.
no.
Yeah, I got this. Oh, wait a minute. I can't.
I can
I don't have
use
any
this.
powers, so I can't do
I
anything
can
about
do
it.
this.
All right, perfect.
Oh no.
Andrew,
I didn't know
Andrew
that that
Gates
happens.
here.
That's crazy. It's like that's so funny.
Good to see you, Andrew. But he's bringing in the important comment that in order to really talk about grass, which will be showing up here later on this list, we would really need to start breaking it down by soil composition and by region, which he's not wrong about that. That is true.
Here's the thing. I don't know enough about like sod, grass, and soil, like enough to even be like the preferred one is most certainly this, and here's like, the reason why. Like I don't know what all of the types are
I think
named
I
and everything.
can speculate a couple of things. Like there's definitely some factors that you want to be sort of in a Goldilocks zone for. Like for one thing, moisture is probably something we can
Yeah.
all agree. You can definitely be too dry and you can definitely be too moist as far as the dirt and the grass is concerned.
Oh yeah. I am definitely moist when I'm around Bryce, so.
Really, that's a lot of nitrogen.
That's a lot of nitrogen.
I would have expected a lot more carbon there, but in silica.
I'm thinking this is D for me because like I'd rather trick on carpet than actual concrete. So even though they're just about the same. Um but at the same time I'd rather trick on concrete than some of these other surfaces, like garbage heap. So sorry, yeah. Well it's in the description of the they've seen it. They've listened. They've listened. Just that it's canonical, like it's a canonical tricking spot. And multiple people have tricked on garbage heaps too. Like that's the thing. If it was
Yeah,
like just an isolated incident,
there
there
is
wouldn't be so much
footage.
precedent for it. Yeah, there's a lot of footage.
There's been some pretty ridiculous tricks landed on garbage heaps, honestly.
I've seen some pretty ridiculous tricks like thrown. That one guy just like pile drives himself into the garbage heap with like a double
Yeah.
back attempt.
Yeah.
I think Frank, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Okay, what's our next surface? Yeah, we're getting off track.
Yeah.
Yes,
When they do high level tricks on concrete, it is very
there's
impressive.
absolutely an added brass balls factor to tricking on concrete. But as we discussed in the surfaces episode, it's sort of something that you have to limit. The idea of like training to be able to trick on concrete is just, it kind of doesn't take into account the way that the human body physiologically just accumulates damage. It's just not going to work out for you. So you can do it sometimes. Every now and then there's all your friends at the gathering and your boys are hyping you up and you just gotta, I understand. Don't worry. I get it. Uh, yeah, yes, you can reduce the amount of shock impact that you're getting by, improving your landing ability. And that's absolutely true. is that going to be enough to counteract the added shock impact stress that you would get by training consistently on concrete? No, I don't agree with that. We would obviously have to do a whole lot more actual tests, but I suspect that that's not the case. The rate at which you accrue microfractures, there's just no way that your body could keep up with it. Maybe if the person was on some sort of performance enhancing drugs, maybe they might be able to actually do that, but obviously that would incur other health effects. So yeah, so yeah, I don't know if there's an easy way around that whole human beings weren't meant to hit rocks really hard. That's just one of those things that we weren't meant to do.
One of the limits of humanity,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
exactly. You've got thumbs, you can think.
It is like sometimes, Zach. It is like sometimes. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that Zach, I absolutely agree. It's on occasion, there's nothing wrong with doing it on occasion. It's literally, my contention is only just having it as a regular part of your training routine. I think that you are losing out on potential training time due to increased inflammation, increased, physiological stress that you really could be making up more by just having more time in the gym, with less stress. Also, Zach, it's
Did
good to see you.
did we rate dirt and I just like missed it entirely? Okay. Okay.
Goodness, I think we've been going for like 30 minutes so far. Oh, Zach just asked how long we've been going. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I also don't like dirt a whole lot, though I watch Kojo do like really good tricks under that bridge and it's very dirty. And I'm like, I should just be good. Like I should just stop making excuses, like stop being a little girl, trick in the dirt, get good. But it's still D tier for me. It does I feel dirty tricking in dirt quite literally, so but I don't know. I'm just a little twink boy, so sometimes.
Yeah, I mean we are in tricking. That is
I don't
the
know.
sport
Kojo's so
of little
masculine and manly. It's tricking in the dirt like it's nothing.
There
I don't
are
know.
some pretty masculine little twink boys in tricking. I'll agree.
Yeah,
But that's what they are.
Christopher. I don't know his last name. Steiner's. That's how it's pronounced. Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah, yeah. He's dreamy. No, yeah. It's a hunk. It's not
Okay.
it's not literal garbage. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the one thing that I can say about it is that I hate how dirty it makes you. There's nothing more to be said.
Yeah.
Especially if you crash. It fucking sucks.
Yeah. Kojo's a swamp man.
Yeah, I feel like they're even more situational than tumble tracks for how few things can actually be done off of them successfully. Now, granted, that just might be that trickers haven't spent a lot of time exploring how to do all the various tricks off of a diving board, so I just haven't seen it. But I suspect it really is just limited in its scope. You would have to literally run yourself up to the side of it and make sure you planted without slipping, and that's like, you can hop up
Hey,
once
Malik,
and down next to it, but that still seems like it's just really likely to cause you to slip. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think is appropriate. I don't. It's not the worst, but it's also just
I think that's
not
reasonable.
great.
It could even be in D as well, just because it's just so hard to find an effective way to use it. But yeah, it's fun. It's good fun. It's nothing wrong with it. But well, you know what? Actually, something that can be said for it that's really great is, what are the worst sorts of injuries that you're going to accumulate jumping off a diving board?
Yeah.
Exactly, right? The worst thing that's gonna happen is you might belly flop. You might slap the water, but you know, exactly. Yeah. So that's something that I really wasn't considering right up until now. And I think that that gives it its spot and see. It's still highly situational, but the fact that it gives you pretty much an injury-free way of attempting basically any trick that you can throw off of it, yeah, it's pretty valuable.
Yo, for real.
Uh-oh. Uh Malik cannot hear you, Frank. So I can hear you just fine.
I've been able to
Oh
hear
my
you.
god.
Yeah,
That would be
that would be
be
really
awful.
unfortunate. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, other people
Oh
in the chat,
no.
please, can you hear Frank? Or is it just Malik? Which would be very strange if that was just Malik, but
Yeah, yeah, that would be very odd. But oh no, this has been a terrible.
oh my gosh.
Uh,
Oh no, Zach can't hear him either. Oh
uh
my gosh. You guys probably all thought we were kind of semi crazy. It was just me and
Yeah,
Jason
we are.
talking
We're
to
just looking at
ourselves.
this blank screen. This is miserable.
Okay, yeah. So actually, what's been happening this whole time is that we've been talking to Frank, who I don't
Yeah.
know somehow has not had his audio coming through the stream. Somehow our audio has been coming through the stream, even though it's had to go through his computer first.
Yeah, right.
Okay, check. Can you guys hear me now?
Oh my god.
Oh my
That's so
god.
fucking funny.
We're professional. We're not really professional and pays us for this.
All right. I feel like, is it working now, guys? Can ask them.
Zach, yeah, are you able to hear Frank now? I realized Frank's been asking, can they hear me? And
Oh my gosh.
but you guys can't hear Frank, so it's like
Oh, yes!
Okay, awesome, sweet. Okay,
can hear
whatever you
me.
did, it worked.
Wow.
Well, okay.
this was
so are
all
we just
Frank's
gonna-
fault. Frank's settings on Frank's computer. Yeah, Malik literally
Oh.
saved the stream. It was literally just gonna be a whole bunch of blank space. Well,
Wow, that was gonna be a really awkward upload later when we just put the stream up. for
it
posterity.
already is still going to be an awkward upload later.
Yeah, we're just not gonna
Yeah.
redo all of these ones, right? Frank, your thoughts on all of these surfaces? We'll
Yeah,
have
can
to
you just
remain
summarize them in
All right,
one
all right.
sentence? All of them
I'll
in
summarize really quick. Cheer floor elite. Awesome. That's amazing. Carpet, rug burn. I hate it. Diving board. I can only do front twisting tricks. Air trick. Too many injuries. Concrete fucking sucks. Dirt. You get dirty. Dry sand. You can't jump off of it. That's my kind of overview. So.
Oh man, it's so bad. I can't believe that. Can't believe this happened. Honestly, this is so miserable.
Oh
That's what we get for. Honestly, that's we're just lucky that we even have the thing running at all to begin with.
Yeah, you get two people who are getting their fucking doctorate degrees and a dude who literally learns about computers, and we can't figure this shit out. Like,
Hey, I did get the stream going. All right, I need some credit here.
That's
I didn't
true, that's true.
anticipate Frank's mic situation.
yeah. All right, we can return to this though. So
Yes,
dry
yeah,
sand.
exactly. We were on dry sand. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on D tier, but I don't know what you guys want. I actually might even put it in Dookie garbage, to be honest.
No, I
actually-
think it's probably either D or C tier for me.
Yeah, I was going to put it at a C tier, and the reason was back in the actual Surfaces episode, what I explained was, and you even brought this up, that lots of athletes go running and jogging in it. It has that advantage that it's going to teach you how to deal with not having as much height off of your jumps. You know, the fact that it shifts as you push off of it means that you're never going to be able to jump as high as you would on any sort of static hard surface.
Right.
And that really actually has a tremendous amount of value because it forces you to work out your skills better to deal with something lower. And then when you do finally move onto a surface that's ideal, you know, it's actually going to return all of the force that you put into it. Then you're going to feel like you're tricking on the moon. Which, damn it, did we get the surface of the moon?
Oh,
Oh
we
yeah,
didn't
we
get the
totally
moon.
didn't. But as Bryce said, we're just gonna have to be satisfied.
We're just going to
with
have
what
to be
we have.
satisfied with it. God
Yeah.
damn it, I hate myself.
Can I add more after the fact? I can't. I don't know.
No.
I don't think I
No,
can.
we're just going to have to be satisfied with
Like
what we have.
as Bryce had said previously. Yep.
Can I edit?
Yep.
If I edit, will it fuck up the tier list?
I
that we-
don't even risk it. We just need to keep moving on. We've
Yeah.
had too many setbacks.
We've had to
cannot-
sacrifice
yeah.
way too many virgins
Well,
and chickens to make this work. So
I
we're
just
not
want to
gonna
say
try it
that
again.
if we end up okay, actually, yeah, let's get to the end of it, and then maybe at the end we can press edit, and then if it restarts us, that's fine because I'll save like a screenshot of this. So how about that? And then we could
Alright.
add the moon and stuff. All right. Anyway, dry sand. I could actually agree with that. You actually convinced me, Bryce. I like sand for its properties in terms of strengthening, but also I find it to be pretty difficult to get injured on dry sand. So I'm gonna go ahead and also put it there for that reason.
Wow, your scrolling is making my head spin.
Sorry, I was just like
Oh yeah.
fucking.
My
around.
favorite's
anymore.
up.
Oh yes, this is the landing surface, the premier landing surface.
Yep.
Garbage heap. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I think this deserves B or A tier just because of like how much of an underdog it is to trick in a garbage heap.
Well, I think something that we brought up when we were discussing concrete and asphalt, which, yeah, both Frank, Jason and I had mentioned stuff about it, so it wasn't just you, Frank. So everybody would have heard. Yeah, there's like a brass balls component to doing something on concrete, and I feel like there is similarly a brass balls component to doing something on a pile of fucking trash.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there's all those people on their nice spring floors or their nice pedicured grass, and here is a fucking pile of trash.
Yeah.
I mean, Bryce, you're not wrong, but it's also like, it's like why? Like, why would you do that?
Well, yeah.
Like,
At the same time, it is also literally a pile of trash, so it can't be too high on this list. Like, that precludes it from going too high on any list.
I will
Like
say, I
foam,
think it's
grass,
funny that
no, like,
no,
like
you're thinking way too nice, Malik. Like, I'm talking actual
a
garbage.
literal like
like,
garbage heap, like
compressed
yeah.
pieces of cardboard boxes and like literally
trash,
garbage.
trash.
There's like
you've
dirt
seen
on
you've
his
seen the
car.
videos, Malik. If you're on the Facebook page for tricking, you've seen the videos. You know what we're talking about.
like garbage, yeah, just garbage.
So
It's
I'm
like
gonna
the
yeah.
garbage pile.
B is definitely too nice. Maybe C or D tier, just because.
It's DT. I honestly, I would put it in Dookie garbage because it's quite literally garbage.
No, I don't
But
want to
it's-
put
it's
garbage
not,
in Dookie
though.
garbage. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it deserves
But
it.
I think D is as good as I get. But
Okay,
it's just me.
D. We've got a vote for D. I'm yeah between C and D. I think that's absolutely where it lives. But I'm tempted to just give it C because I think because of the discussion prior.
Yeah, but it's not, that's what I'm saying, Malik. Right?
Malik.
Like, if we're not gonna put garbage in the Dookie garbage tier,
The Dookie garbage section is for wait.
well, I've got
I
a
think it's
following
gonna
of
be
agreeers here.
for-
Hardwood floor is Dookie garbage.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually,
absolutely.
Malik just did a performance at a basketball game, and we're about to put hardwood floor on Dookie
I don't care.
garbage.
It's the death of ankles.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, no, but it's D. It's D for me. I'm sorry. It's just very impressive to see people actually do tricks on this. Would I ever trick in Doogie garbage? Probably not. But Yeah.
You mean just garbage?
Will I be impressed if I see you do it? Absolutely.
Yeah. Exactly. We stand.
Absolutely.
All right, grass. I think this is like A tier personally for me. I really like grass a lot. It doesn't quite make it S because it doesn't have the perfect balance that cheer floor has, but it does. It's good for like drilling and training, as we mentioned in the podcast.
Yeah, I think as long as we're talking about the healthy, the grass that we're thinking about for ideal tricking grass, then yeah, absolutely A tier. As soon as we start incorporating other negative factors like the grass is too dry or the dirt is too hard, then we start to fall to like C tier.
Right. I think it's subject to too many variables where cheer floor is just like consistently like, more reliable at least. It's subject to less,
Yeah.
shitty circumstances.
And we should talk about the variations in the different grass types geographically, because I don't know about you guys, but Florida grass I'm actually a decent fan of. It's not the best grass I've tricked in, but
Georgia
like,
grass is the same.
yeah, I do like Northeast grass when it's not in a mountainous area. Like Scranton grass kind of sucks because it's kind of hilly, but in general, if like you're in New York or someplace like that, the grass is pretty solid because it's thinner, but it's not dirt. If that makes any sense, because if Florida grass is really fucking thick, and I'm sure Georgia grass is the same thing, Malik. Just because we're in the South and it's like, I don't know, that's just how science works. So
That's how science works.
yeah. And then I don't know what grass is like in the West Coast, but maybe Bryce can
Well,
attest to that.
all the desertous areas, grass is really nice the one time a year that it's alive, and then the rest of the year it's all really hard. It depends.
Yeah.
Like some places are nice enough to keep their watered lawns all available for us to destroy with our heels all year round, and those places it's just totally fine. But those sorts of there's some areas in all places where it's like this grass was like transplanted out of like an alien civilization or something. Like that grass doesn't live here, and that's the sort of grass that I'm talking about at this point.
Right. Also, I don't know, just like random story because you talked about digging your heels in the grass. When I first started tricking, my tricking spot was my front yard. And I would just like do single tricks in just one spot. And just over the course of a few months, you could see the grass just like slowly dying and dying. And then there's just like a patch of just brown dead grass wherever I just tricked all the time. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I think thicker grass, like in Florida, does give some properties in terms of like cushioning. But like we said with the trade-off with dry sand and wet sand, it makes it harder to jump off of as well.
Yeah,
So
it's also not really the ideal grass for cushioning. Like it definitely does do an amount of cushioning, but ideally what you would really want for your nicest, softest, easiest to trick on grass, and this is in my opinion, so guys, you can let me know if you think this is incorrect, but I'm thinking like an actual like a thinner blade of grass, but that's much more densely packed.
yes,
usually
that's
the
like
correct way to
Northeast
go.
grass. That's what I mean, but when I say like New York and stuff like that. So that's what I'm a fan of. All right, this is gymnastics floor. What are we saying with this? I'm thinking I like
it's
tier.
at least a B in my opinion.
yeah.
I think it's
I
easy
like
A
it.
tier. I think it's
Yeah.
easy A tier.
I'm a very big fan. I think the reason why it's not S tier is obviously it's not as ubiquitous as cheer floor. I think that's like the generic, like this is what everyone's using to judge off of. Gymnastics floor also has too much give in my opinion, and I personally like swings. Swings feel better when you're on like stiffer floor, because you don't have to wait as long. So, yeah, I put an A. Malik is saying S. So
It is exactly designed to do punches and rapids. So all of the transitions where the floor literally is where the energy is supposed to come from, it's perfectly made for that. So in theory, if we wanted to see just the most ridiculous power, rapid punch combos around, we would see them on gymnastics floor.
I also love gymnastics floor. I think it is. It's good. Most times I think sometimes it can be like too bouncy. But in general though, I think it's got typically the right sets of
I just like
ons.
that you can literally do trampoline timers and shit. Or well, not full timers, but like you can do watermelons and stuff on the floor. I always found that like really
Yeah,
silly.
Zach, that's a hard disagree.
Zach
brother.
came in with a hot take. Are you even a
That's-
tricker?
It's not even true.
Do you like punching or swinging more? Because I don't know. That's the distinguishing thing for this. If you like punching, you're gonna like gymnastics floor more. If you like swinging, you're gonna like cheer floor more.
Wow.
That's
yeah,
what I see.
no, those are some hot barrels to come firing out of. I don't know
Yeah,
about
I agree,
that, man.
Malik. Some are.
Yeah.
There's variables to like the level of cushion as well on cheer floor, and that's the thing is I think cheer floor gymnastics floor. I think
Gymnastics
gymnastics floor is ultimately very like subject to more variables of like benefit or negativity than regular cheer floor is.
Absolutely. But in general, I would say that one of the places where gymnastics floor is almost always superior to cheer floor is in the fact that it's going to be softer and easier to land on.
It will be softer on your joints for sure. That being said, that's more as of a chronic injury type of thing. But in terms of acute injury, I actually think gymnastics floor might be more dangerous. At least anecdotally, I've felt my knee like start to hyperextend way more on gymnastics floor than on cheer floor because of how much rebound it has. So I don't know.
Do you think
That's
that might
me.
just be like a timing thing because you're not?
Bryce is like, you
trained on
suck.
Yeah, exactly. Have you considered that you're trash? Actually.
Oh, Malik, do you just want to join the stream? I'm sure Bryce.
Yeah. Can we
just
drop
send
him a
you
link?
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
how we
get.
can.
You know what? Yeah. Let me get. I can do that. I'll just shoot Malik. I'll just shoot you a link over Facebook to the Zoom call.
Yeah, and if anyone in the comments wants to like join in and say their 2 cents or whatever, like feel free. We'll gladly send a link. Obviously, if it gets too crowded, that might be too much. But
Yeah, we're gonna have to limit it to some extent, but
yeah, I think one visitor at a time. But we could try to get people in. I'm for Malik. I'm gonna defend gym floor. All right. Well, you guys are just objectively wrong. That's fine.
Frank, I think you're the host, so you'll get to let him in. It'll give you the.
Oh,
will
am I
call.
gonna get a notification on this or something?
Yes.
Okay. All right. In the meantime, we could talk about hardwood floor, specifically
Alright.
for gymnastics, or for gymnastics for basketball.
Sorry, our clock is going.
Yeah, Kieran's clock is going off, so we just have to deal with it.
Oh, I can't even hear it. So
That's fine. It's just gonna play like Christmas music. Okay, this is like like Dookie garbage for me personally, even though Malik said C, but I could see an argument for D, personally.
I think we should let the man.
I feel like we
wait for
haven't
the man
even
to come and
used
argue his
Dookie
case.
garbage. We're more than halfway through the list. I mean, we are coming up on some
Some
true
Dookie garbage. Yeah, no,
tier.
I was gonna say like I don't think we have to wait too long.
I know it's coming, but it's just like it feels so empty and alone. Like I feel like we got to put something in there.
Okay. Well, I definitely think that it's the ankle killer. For me, it's like D or Dookie garbage for sure. But obviously, that's 2 votes for Dookie garbage at least.
I was gonna say like I.
Uh-oh. Who's also got their
All
audio
right, so
call.
Malik's in now.
Oh, okay, he's in the Zoom call.
Hold up, this is confusing as fuck. Hold up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute the stream on your
Holy
YouTube.
shit. Okay, hold
Or just exit the stream. I mean, you're on it.
No. We need all 3 viewers to. We need that 3 viewer count.
That's true.
Stay in the stream.
Not even garbage goes in Dookie garbage tier. That's a good point, Zach, but fuck you. All right. Okay, so I assume Malik's setting up his thing so we could wait for him to say his piece about hardwood floor, but I don't know, boys. It's not looking good.
Yeah, well, so it's 3 against. He's gonna have to pull something. He's gonna have to pull out the king's speech here.
Yeah.
to convince-
Did Jason also say Dookie garbage?
Yeah, I was pretty sure that was.
Yeah, but mine was honestly it's more D tier, but I'm putting in Dookie garbage just for the sake
For
of
the memes?
the validation of the tier.
Okay, all right.
Right. Okay. Well, what do you think, Malik, about hardwood floor? I know you had.
Oh,
an
I think he's
opinion.
getting his headphones still. I'm just gonna have to give him 1 second.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. So I think that hardwood floor, I would give it like a B. It's not bad, honestly. Like, if you can do tricks that you're comfortable with, it's like you have to try a little harder, but it's like the same as grass, pretty much. I feel like
Same as
grass, concrete,
grass.
and hardwood are all like very similar. I mean, grass is a little softer, but even then, like I feel like the give that I feel and I put the effort I put into it on grass / hardwood, concrete.
Wow.
Did
It's
you
pretty
just say
similar.
that grass is a little softer than hardwood?
My grass sucks down here, bro. It's
Okay.
concrete. It's concrete, bro. My grass is concrete. Yes, it's the same. But
Okay.
I like the Ohio grass is really soft, so that's different. But like from where I'm from, where grass is, I like literally here.
Yeah,
that
B tier is a
terrible
hot
grass.
take, Zach. I
It's
agree.
terrible grass, bro.
Oh, that does
It-
look
It's
bad.
not good. It's not
Yeah.
good. So
A hardwood can't go above D, in my opinion. I mean,
Okay. Okay. How about
Steven.
this, Malik? I do have a question. What about like with shoes on? You don't feel like you have too much friction on hardwood floor? Because that's where I feel like I fuck my shit up. Where it's just like,
I mean,
I don't
so
think that.
so the shoes that I did for the performance thing, whatever, they're like really like they're almost like frictiony, but they're kind of slippery. So they have a little bit of like give and twist to them. So you almost have to like it's almost like wearing socks on like a spring floor, like how it slips. That's almost what it feels like. So it's like I have to like really think about the tech correctly, but it's because the shoes are not broken in as well. But like it's a little different than it depends on the certain shoes, I guess. But like concrete and hardwood, I feel like if anything, hardwood has more give than concrete. So
yeah,
it's a little better. Like I would say,
it does have more give than concrete. I'll give you that for
C.
sure.
yeah,
Um,
definitely see.
I don't know. I guess we don't have a Dookie garbage yet. Maybe D tier.
Yeah,
everyone
I guess
agrees
it's
with that.
going.
I mean,
D
you
for
have
now.
the garbage.
Malik's bringing
as
that up.
actual Dookie garbage. That should have been it. But
I
I
that's
guess-
what I'm saying. I
I
was
thought
like,
you were talking about the foam stuff at first. I was like, okay, the foam.
no,
tra-
dude.
trash
There's
pile.
triggers.
I
who
feel
allow
like-
Actual
tricks
garbage.
and garbage heaps.
I
It's
feel
why?
like there's an implicit there's something that's being said though about something that goes in the Dookie garbage tier, which is to say that there is no reason under any circumstance to actually trick on it, which
Yeah.
I think we can already agree that's not necessarily the case for trash, because you
What?
can always like just pull like, all right, now I can say that I've done it.
on trash. Like, I mean,
Exactly.
who wants to say that though? That's the
Like,
thing is like it's
it-
trash.
If
It's
trash is
literally
on
for
grass,
that reason.
Or
'cause I
trash
don't
is
need
on
anything.
like concrete. It's just that surface with trash in it.
Mhm.
That's all I'm
Uh,
saying. But
Okay, here's the thing. Trash
Yeah,
is
okay,
is
that's true. Like the trash we're talking about is usually on top of dirt. So we
is-
whether there's trash there or not is sort of like a variation on a particular surface.
okay. I
we
think
could have trash on any one of these surfaces, and we'd have to redo this entire list.
really quick. I think I can convince you guys that trash does not belong in Dookie garbage tier. And the reason is it allows people in third world countries with shitty dirt and shitty concrete and all this stuff to be able to trick on something soft without having to pay a stupid amount of money to go to the gym and to learn stuff. So I think it has the spirit of tricking in it, in that you don't have to spend money to use it, and it's gotten people above and beyond. So
I hate you, Frank.
Just makeshift cushions. All right,
I'm gonna
technically.
search on
So
Facebook real quick for some trash clips, real quick. And just see if I can find something.
would you rather trick on hard carpet in house or trash in a hoarder house?
hoarder house.
Oh,
Definitely
if these
hard
were
carpet
tricker
in a
house.
houses,
Carpet
they'd be
in a
the
house.
same thing, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've done way more duck corks on hardwood carpet than trash. I'd say.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think anyone.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
can
I'm.
see that.
I can't even say no one is tricked on trash because literally people.
I love living room and house sessions. They're awesome, yo.
Yeah,
Like
I agree with that.
trash is not so awesome. But I've never did trash and been like, I'll definitely want to trick on that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, I think we're good with this. Oh, really quick, Zach did mention opinions on socks for spring floor, and I actually do have
Oh,
a lot of
okay.
opinions on this. I personally don't do it, but I know Nick Vale gave an explanation
Socks
for
on spring.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I tried it like in 2016, and my explanation was that wearing socks on spring floors shows you where your power is. So like you can still block and still be able to put your power in the right spot. You can't block as hard on certain things, but like for
Mhm.
combos and just transitions and swings and whatnot, it helped me understand like where to put power at. 'Cause if it would slip, it was usually in the wrong spot. Versus if I could do it like easily, then I could do it like on grass or concrete or puzzle mats. Like it just helped me know where my power was going.
Mhm.
Yes,
much for me.
excellent. That's that perfectly crystallizes sort of my thoughts on it. I kind of think that it's a great training tool in
Mhm.
order to figure out how to press through your center of mass,
Mhm.
basically, because there oftentimes, for whatever reason, we're rushing through the beginning, or we just have picked up bad habits when we learned a trick the first time. We might not necessarily be pressing through our center of mass for whatever reason when we do our trick, and you're leaving power at the gate whenever you do that, as Malik was saying. So yeah, learning how to readjust your takeoff and landing stances so that you're actually pressing through the line that your center of mass actually makes through the floor, like that's actually really, really important. And socks can definitely help you do that. But once you've acquired that ability, like once you have a really good sense of where your feet are underneath you and where your center of mass is in relation to your feet, it's not necessary to keep doing it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It ruined socks for me. That's why I had to stop doing it. I was getting too many holes in my socks.
I love that's the reason. I mean, I think
I'll do it sometimes to like warm up, but like if I do a whole session, I would lose that pair of socks. So it's only like a one session thing, which sucks.
I had never done it enough to get comfortable with doing it, so I've always been pretty uncomfortable trying it. So I'm biased to say that, biased to think unfavorably about it, but it's just me.
I agree with you, Jason. I haven't messed with it enough, but I will say I have worn like Sky Zone or Defy socks, and I do like tricking in those. They're kind of fun if you want to change the pace. They're not as frictiony as just going barefoot, but they're also not as slippery as like actual socks. So it's a good in between. All right.
I think everybody should do some sock training though. It's really nice, really nice.
Sorry, what did you say, Malik?
I think everybody should do some sock training.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you guys are. I mean, you guys are pointing out benefits I had never considered about it. But
Yeah. All right. So for the next
tool
one,
to consider.
what's up, Darius?
I said it's definitely another tool to consider in your various training techniques.
For sure. So next up, we have, I know we've already done carpet, but we have specifically hotel lobby carpet or hotel hall carpet. A throwback to all the Club 540 videos and all the old school tricking videos filmed in these types of hallways.
Yeah,
So-
back when most people were doing tricking so that they could go perform in sport martial arts competitions that were all taking place in hotel, like not even in padded areas, just hotel lobbies cleared out of the tables and chairs. That's it.
Yep. So, I've
Or
tricked
conference
in
rooms,
hotel
actually.
lobbies.
The lobbies, I don't think I've ever seen anyone
Well,
trick in the
yeah.
lobby.
I guess when I say lobby, I just mean hotel. But I've tricked into hotels a few times, and honestly, I like it more so for the vibe, less so for the floor itself, if that makes any sense. But I
it's
would say
very
the
old
vibe.
school vibes.
Yeah, the vibe definitely elevates it. I'd say I'm between like C or like B tier, personally.
There's something about tricking down a hallway. I don't really know how to describe it, but it feels cool.
Oh, Malik just left.
Uh-oh. Shit, I guess we've just he just hated our opinions on hotel carpet tricking.
That's all right. That frees up room for the next. Yeah, exactly, Zach. When tricks for high and low riser tricks, yeah, different tricks. But that frees us up for a new guest if Zach wants to get on.
Yep. If yeah, I can shoot Zach.
Nope, you're not allowed back, Malik. Sorry, dude.
Uh-oh.
Chance.
Okay. Well, he's still got the link, so he can hop back on whenever.
Yeah,
he
no,
wants.
I'm just kidding, Malik.
I
You're
will
more than welcome
shoot
back in.
Zach
Yeah.
a link,
Wait,
and then I think we should
I
probably.
love
stick
how
with
he's
5
like,
people.
my Wi-Fi went out as he
But still
messages.
send it. It
Yeah,
was
wait a
on
minute.
cellular, Frank. Come on, dude.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
know
likely
about
story,
that.
Malik. Okay.
Whatever, dude.
All right. So we're good with C tier for the hotel.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine.
Next up is ice. Tricking on ice.
This is Dookie garbage tier for
Dookie
me.
garbage. Thank you.
Yeah, this is like definitely wouldn't want to trick on this at all. Like it's everything terrible about hardwood, but then it's slippery and then it's cold and wet.
And somehow
So-
harder than concrete. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Right, yeah.
I don't know
So-
what I don't know what it is about just being colder, but as soon as you're colder, you're more solid. It's just physics.
Yeah, good observation. Astute.
There we go.
Um,
You heard it here first.
also,
Sorry, I can't be more informed.
no. I will say also just being cold in general, like as a human being, makes
Yeah.
tricking suck. Honestly, like whenever I try to trick on snow, I don't even know where to start. Oh, Yuri's in here. Sweet.
Hey, Yuri, welcome.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. There's nothing else to say. You're right. It's dookie garbage. So. Alright.
Zach's doing his dishes. Well, whenever you finish doing that, you've got a link.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we have the magic card. It's called Lava Spike.
Lava Spike.
So Lava Spike. What are we feeling about Lava Spikes to trick on?
Also Dookie garbage tier.
Yeah, I think that's very clearly a Dookie garbage. I don't think I can recommend that.
There's
No.
no like redeeming qualities. Like it's impressive or anything.
It's
Yeah,
it's
no,
warm.
well,
I
so
like
here's
it.
the
I
thing.
like it when the gym is hot. Like I like getting sweaty at the gym. Like I know that's a little weird, but like because I was like being a dainty little girl about not wanting to get dirty. But
Yeah.
I like getting sweaty. I like when the temperature is just a little high at the gym. You know, there's no. I don't know. It's
Well,
nice.
this whole podcast is about getting sweaty about tricking, so I could agree
Yeah.
with that.
This
So-
whole podcast is Dookie garbage.
That's
So-
true. Yeah, especially that first half-hour segment where
Oh
Frank,
my god!
like
don't
audio
fucking
was
remind
literally.
me.
Yeah, that's just embarrassing, really. We should have called it quits then, just like
Yeah,
disconnected
that's
the
just-
stream, deleted
It's like
history
talking
of
tricks
our-
is over.
Yeah.
Just period.
Yeah.
We've
Sorry, thanks for coming
decided
out.
to end the stream and the entire podcast.
Yeah. Okay, Yuri wants a quick recap.
Yes, Frank, give us your 1 sentence summary for all of these real quick.
Yeah,
we had to
no
do this.
no elaboration, just
All
your
right,
thought.
all right. Cheer floor S tier, no elaboration. Grass A tier. It's like cheer floor but less bouncy, but resourceful. Gymnastics floor, pretty good. I don't like how much give it has, and that's it. Carpet, just in a home, you get rug burn. It kind of sucks. It's hard. Diving board, I can only do front twisting tricks on it. Dry sand, you can't jump off this shit, but it does strengthen your ankles. Carpet in a hotel room, pretty good, pretty iconic.
Vibes.
Good vibes.
Just vibes.
Air trick, too many injuries. Concrete just fucking sucks. Dirt is just it's
Dirty.
gross.
Yeah.
Garbage heap, pretty impressive in my opinion, so it's not dookie garbage. Hardwood floor is dookie garbage because of injuries and it sucks to jump off of it.
But then
And
Malik
it's also
gave it a
literally
vote of
trash.
confidence, so
Oh,
Lo-
I thought we were talking about trash. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Lava
Welcome back,
spike.
oh,
Malik.
he's back.
Yeah, well, actually, I
Hey.
want Malik's opinion on lava spike, and then Yuri. I think you heard
That's
ice.
Malik's
What the-
opinion.
What do you mean? In my opinion, what the fuck is that? What is that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I
I-
didn't have
I-
audio for 20-30 minutes until Malik showed up, and then
Yeah.
told us.
What is a lava spike? Like, what am I looking at?
This one.
Well, that's actually a Magic the Gathering card called Lava Spike, but a Lava Spike is a concept. Imagine just a really inconvenient obstacle. What is it? Free running obstacle, parkour obstacle in the middle of the gym floor. Just
Yeah.
that's a lava spike, but and also literal lava spike. Like if you had a floor of lava spikes,
Mhm.
yeah, you would not want to trick on that. It'd be.
Yeah.
I can't believe we put that in D tier.
Yeah,
Is that
I
not?
don't know how that happened, but I mean, well, I will say this: you described it as an obstacle that's free running parkour in the middle of the floor. James West came down and recently I did parkour with him, and we used the whole floor, so I kind of get it. But
Yeah.
it wasn't for tricking. But D, I guess, is okay if that's the reason. But otherwise,
Yeah.
do garbage. But
It's fun. It's fun to mess around with lava spikes. Like we would
Right.
set up the lava spike and try to do D legs over it. And if you touched it, you would die because it's a lava spike. So.
But it is anti the I can't even say it. And it's like the antithesis of tricking, though. It's not. It's not
Yeah.
tricking.
Yeah.
Something
that's
there
true.
to mess you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, Yuri, you said sand should be at least B tier. To clarify, this is specifically dry sand. I don't know if that changes your opinion on it. but
Did we even include wet sand in our list?
We did. It's over.
Okay, all right, perfect.
Here.
It's
this,
at where it belongs at the end.
yeah. Lava spikes does not equal air track. I don't know. I think they're on the same level for me. Just
Yeah,
as-
they're pretty bad.
I mean, I got
well,
injured on air
hey, wait,
track,
lava spikes are
like,
actually
severely
supposed to be in,
injured on air
in
track,
Dookie
so-
garbage though.
Air track. Okay, I want to hear your opinions on air track, Malik, because you didn't get to say them.
So I was listening to I was on the podcast like on the way back to my house and I was listening to it and then halfway I saw a live stream so I'm like, oh, it's the same topic that I don't have to listen to now because it's talk about and actually be a part of. So air tracks, I got injured on them. Like I don't like them because like they're good if you know how to use them and you're used to it, but like I got injured on air track, my knee got messed up really bad like 2017 or whatever, and it's like I was like I don't fuck with them anymore because it's just it causes injuries. But
Yeah.
people like to use them, so if you like to use it, it's good. But I just prefer not to because it's too in between a floor and like a tumble track. That's like it's a weird timing that I just don't get. I try to land like I'm on the floor, but if you do that, it's like bad. So like I don't know. You have to be around it a lot, which is very rare for like most people, unless you just own one. So I think it's like D is okay.
Yeah.
If anything, C maybe, but like C, I will put air track in that hardwood hallway together because the hardwood floor hallway thing, that floor is really hard. It's like harder than like.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
hard.
as hard as concrete, so I would put that maybe as C if anything, air track in, because like people do get benefit from it. So, and Tricking kind of did start on like the hardwood carpet floors. And,
Matt
like,
gets bad, Malik.
Man, just- honestly, that's what most of these come down to. Is just like if I suck at this personally, I'm putting it down.
I mean, I just don't like air tracks, but people get used to it. And the thing is, okay, so I will say this: Soche and Zen and them, they tumble off air track to a soft mat.
yes.
I think it's
I've
more
seen
so
that.
just the landing is sketchy,
I
but
agree.
the jumping off is okay. So that's why
Yeah.
I'll put it higher than a D because it is useful if you're not landing on it. I would say.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
actually like that distinction a lot, Malik. It is, I think, the landing that kills it for air track for me. If I didn't have to land back on the air track, I would love air track because I do like bouncing off.
Because people do stuff off air track to sand at the beach sometimes or grass and stuff, and that's okay.
Yeah.
It's just like landing back on it. It's a weird thing that causes injuries. I feel like.
So it's potentially useful, but it's situational. There's a particular way to use it to not hurt yourself, and other ways of using it are very likely to hurt you.
I've hurt myself twice on air track, so that's why I'm like I'm kind of done with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
And
I'll
that-
do it
that-
off stuff, but like I won't land on it. I won't trick on it.
That adds to the data points that I'm trying to put together.
Yeah, I was
here.
like, Frank, avert your ears when he was saying you got it picked up on it.
I just anecdotal. I don't know. I don't have the proof yet, but I am very convinced that air track causes more injuries.
It's all right. If you just say it enough, then basically everybody will believe it anyway. So
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got 2 injuries that are severe, like severe injuries that I remember, so I definitely would not put it at my highest.
Yeah. Okay,
That's me,
so next up is lava. So
Actual
Okay.
lava, not spikes. this time,
Yuri
it's
has an
actual
interesting
lava.
thought here. Air track as a takeoff only is minimum B tier. Okay, what?
Yes,
So,
agreed. That
Takeoff
I would
only
agree
is
with
B,
that. But,
yeah, but I'm saying most people
Okay, I
land on
could-
it too.
but
I could
that's the thing
agree
is we
C
can't
or B
just
is fine.
we could in theory just take off of it, but you know I think we're looking at the whole picture here. We can't just ignore all
but
aspects
here's
of
the
it.
thing. I do actually think that raises a good point because you could theoretically use any one of these surfaces incorrectly, and then if you judged it based off the incorrect use, that would kind of be stupid, right?
well,
Yeah,
but
Just because
at
you
the same
can use a
time,
trampoline by bouncing off of your head over and over and over again doesn't mean that that's how it's recommended to be used.
I agree with that, Bryce. But I think we need to cumulatively examine every way that it is used and maybe weight it depending on how often it's used in that way. If that makes
All right,
sense.
boys, we got to restart the whole thing. Scratch on all these.
Like I would
Reweight.
argue the majority of people use air track by jumping off of it and jumping onto it. Like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know, I'd estimate like 60-70%. I'm just throwing out numbers, and then Shosei makes up the other 30% of people that jump off of it. So I would say it's still weighted more heavily towards
I don't
the
know.
like,
Yuri has a pretty compelling argument.
Mad cause bad is so true though. That's like that's
I-
it. That's
that's why diving board is where it's at. Diving board
Yeah.
isn't higher because I'm bad. So
I just suck at that. And I
Alright.
have no interest in learning how to
I
do
mean,
that.
I
Alright,
can't
but-
swim, so I'll
but-
put diving board lower, but it's all good.
Mew.
I mean, that's just me. I'm not going over diving board. I never have. Never will anytime soon until I can swim. So I'll put it way lower. But
Yeah.
Leak, you can't
whatever.
swim? I didn't know that.
I can swim from point A to point B. I can't tread. I can't stop. If I stop, I die and sink,
Oh, interesting.
which is not fun. Yeah.
That sounds that sounds tragic.
Yeah.
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely
So
avoid that.
again, diving board is really low for me.
Yeah, and so that's the nature of this. It's gonna be situational. So we'll try to like even it out.
If you
depending
can't
on-
swim,
Matt, it's
Oh,
Matt
oh
because
well.
Matt is bad. This is just Matt. Bad again.
It's situational. If you can't swim, all right, sorry.
Well, if you can't swim, then you can just use a diving board once.
All right.
Exactly.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
I put lava in S tier, and if you guys put it lower, you're mad because bad. Is all I'm gonna say.
Put
So-
it in Dookie garbage. No one's fucking drinking on. How long could you survive? Like
That's what I
feel
was
like
thinking. I was like trying to think of like what trick you could actually do on lava that would be okay. Like maybe like
new belief.
like
Well, it really depends on the state of the lava. Is it like in its rapidly cooling, like the way where you've seen people on the internet like pull pieces of it off with metal hooks? Like at that stage, you actually could walk on it with effectively heavy duty enough boots. The problem you have to deal with now is that it's got the consistency of honey. So,
yeah, so
like,
I was about to
doing
say like it's
sprints on
gotta
it-
be like it's pretty viscous, isn't it?
You
It's
need
like
a-
exactly.
you need
Well,
to think that,
it's not that it's viscous is the problem. It's that it is too liquidus is that it's the problem. You're gonna do a gainer or whatever the fuck you do on it, and your foot is gonna go into the lava, and that's gonna be really bad for your foot.
You don't say.
yeah, it's
Bryce chiming in with the science. Thank you, Bryce. I
I
saw
like
that
I
photo
like
pretty
the
quick.
euphemism. It's really bad for your foot, as if it's not the end of your foot.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. As if this doesn't spell the end of your ability to use that foot. Yeah, basically, like, and by the way, this is just for that cooled lava. If we're talking about fully glowing, like moving around like
Yeah.
lava, you don't even get close to it before you're cooked and dead.
all
Like,
right.
you much less get to the surface. But if you could get to the surface, you would float on top. So I don't know if
See,
you could
so that
trick,
that
but you would be on
explanation
top.
makes ice sound a lot better. So I'll put ice at D now. With that explanation of death is all I'm saying.
it's definitely Dookie garbage chair.
So one thing I will add to this. What about the concept of tricking on lava, which is there are forbidden areas where you can't trick, and you must do like a combo, and you can't hit certain areas of the floor. So the floor is lava
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
with tricking.
Yeah, so
I don't know
like,
if anyone's actually done that. I'm just making shit up now.
No, this is actually sort of a modification on the indoor living room session, right? Because like what makes the living room session interesting is that you have confines that you have to work within. But now you could essentially just do that artificially on your gym floor just by like either marking off certain areas or just designating them as lava, like you're saying. So,
Yeah.
I don't see that as any way different. In fact, probably superior because you
That
have more
sounds
variety in what you can pose as a problem.
Okay, so tricking on lava B tier.
Oh, whoa.
I'm just kidding.
We're talking
Um,
about imaginary lava.
No, please put it in fucking Dookie garbage. I swear to God.
Okay.
Do I still have control?
Like,
I do. I do. This is
Frank,
perfect.
you almost sold me with a D because of the game concept, and that sounds really fun to play. But actual lava is Dookie garbage.
Yeah, no,
The concept of lava is D, C maybe. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, next up we have the nuclear wasteland. So this is like think farce tricking. That's essentially it. So what are we thinking for this one, guys?
C.
C?
C.
Hmm.
D tier. I mean, I imagine that the
He's done
the
a lot of
quality
shit
of
on it. He's done a lot.
that's
of things on it,
true. I mean, but like, the radioactive winds. Like, are we really thinking?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Exactly. All that cesium on the air. I don't know.
It
yeah.
does
Is he
bring
really,
it down.
Like, in like a nuclear wasteland. Like what is he actually there?
Zach, I hate you. That sounds cancerous. Fuck.
Uh,
100% dead spot.
Wait, isn't that just extreme air?
Yes.
it's a spring floor, but instead of adding your bounce, it always just subtracts it away. It just
That
absorbs
sounds
the
awful.
energy. Yeah.
Terrible.
That's Dookie garbage tier, actually, Zach.
Dookie garbage tier. All right. Oh gosh, you're like
Actually, we
moving
need a
on.
tier
Okay.
below Dookie garbage for that.
Okay, so yeah, okay, so you move lava spike there, that's fine. So nuclear wasteland, we're saying D. I don't know, whenever I see farce tricking, tricking on fucking Nuclear Wasteland. I think it's pretty impressive. So that's why it's not Doogie Garbage for me. Personally. All right. Cool. Puzzle mats.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I would
I'm not
say
a.
puzzle mats are B.
B.
I would agree with B tier. They're not great. I like the vibe, the aesthetic.
I've done some good shits on puzzle mats.
My vote is C. The difference between them and concrete is essentially psychological.
I mean,
I'm also kind of with Bryce on this, but
Yeah.
at the same
'cause-
time,
it's slightly more soft. You have to admit it's slightly more soft.
It-
mean, I
it's
tried
not
to
even
work
really more
on
soft. It is literally just
puzzle mats before
psychological.
by accident. But then I would never try it on concrete ever.
Yeah.
Yuri, we did send Zach an invite, but Zach is doing dishes and is being a fake fan. So
Yeah.
Fake ass.
I mean,
fan.
imagine your favorite podcast is inviting you on, and you're just like, nah, I'll do the dishes instead. Whatever.
Like those dishes can wait. Talking tricks
Right.
can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, puzzle mats. I agree with you, Jason.
Also,
in terms
how
of
am
the
I ever gonna see how am I ever gonna see cream cheese, Zach, if you never get on the stream?
cream
Cheese is his snake.
Oh.
True.
Oh, I saw
You haven't
cream
even
cheese,
done
bro.
your
I've seen
dishes?
cream cheese, bro.
Zach, you're telling
And
me that the
bagel?
whole reason you can't get on is because you've been procrastinating on
He
doing your
does
dishes.
dishes pretty fast, you guys. Get off the back.
No. It's he hasn't even started doing them. He's delayed
that is
doing
a
them.
problem.
And
Hey,
he's
Zach, do
not
dishes,
he's not
bro.
well, he's not joining the chat because he's supposed to be doing dishes, but he's not even doing the dishes to get on the chat.
What a bitch ass bitch.
Come on, Zach. Just
I
get on the
can't
chat
believe-
at this point.
After all we've done for you.
Yeah. Anyway, we're
He did a lot
bullying
for me.
Zach
He let me
now.
stay at his house,
So
that's pretty awesome. I think Zach's awesome. He let me stay at his house.
Yes.
I'll get on and show you cream cheese.
Please.
That's a pretty dope little place, yo.
Okay. Well, I do want
to.
to.
Far's tricking right now. Let's see what he's tricking on right now. I'm just so curious because, like, it's been a minute, but he's still doing shit on it. Okay.
Who?
Far's tricking, whatever.
Oh yeah, Farce. I haven't seen a post of him in a long time, but
It's from
I don't know.
October. Okay.
um,
Yeah, it doesn't look like the best situation he's on, but
No, it's definitely D tier. It's not ideal.
yeah, it's like my backyard D, I would say.
It's like my own backyard.
is the
Yeah.
nuclear
When your
honestly.
backyard is a post-apocalyptic wasteland, it's gotta.
It sucks, bro. It sucks. It's so hard.
Dude,
I
okay,
imagine.
really quick though. Do you remember when Farce tried Scoot double full swing cork in on like
Oh yes.
nuclear
Yeah.
waste?
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying, like,
he wasn't very
he
close.
was doing a lot of really hard shit though, but like
No, he landed fucking flat on his back.
I was like on his
I agree.
face.
No,
pretty
he was-
sure.
he
Like,
was- Wasn't
I
close
saw one,
at all.
I saw one where he like timered it hard. Like he was never
Yeah.
gonna make it around to his feet.
right.
He wasn't close, but just the fact that he could do that on nuclear wasteland, like I'm pretty sure the radiation is like mutating him in some way. Like
I remember
Yeah,
the,
is
the whole
is
joke was,
fortifying this like testosterone or something. I don't know. It's got
I remember the whole joke
radioactive
was, like, when he gets
nuts.
to spring floor, it's gonna be crazy. Like
Mhm.
that was the whole joke because he never trained on anything besides shit
Waste. Nuclear
places.
waste.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Did that ever end up getting tested? Did anyone ever end up getting this person exposed to?
I mean, I'm looking at
video.
videos on his page. and it
Oh,
looks like he went
nice.
to like a actual like puzzle mats. I see him on puzzle mats. I see
Wait,
him
he
on,
got a
like,
girlfriend?
Dojo match.
Yeah, that's good for him. I like that for Farce. He was
Wow.
very thirsty on the internet.
he did
so-
he was very thirsty. It was bad.
That's where he went, you guys. When he got a girlfriend, he just left tricking.
Yeah, he-
that was
tricking
the
got him
only
the
reason he
girlfriend.
was tricking was
Yes.
to get women. Gosh, I hate to break it to you. If you're tricking for women, then yeah, that's not really.
Dude, back
how
when
you
I was a
win.
teenager, I thought it was guaranteed to get me girls, and I was
Yeah.
dead wrong.
It's
I was-
much more guaranteed to get you guys.
Yeah, actually,
That's-
it will
that's
get
what
you
it'll
guys.
It'll give you hella guys if that's your goal.
Oh,
You
some
know.
really hot guys. All
Yeah.
kinds of very attractive.
Very
men.
talented, skillful men. Yeah.
Punky too.
Yep.
Maybe some twinks too. Fuck it. All right. So puzzle mat, I am thinking B tier. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, it's nice, yo. It's nice. It's
Okay.
it's like
I'll
it's
concede.
like
It can be
I would
alright.
say like puzzle mats like a good place to test a lot of tricks, less than
Bryce
grass, but, like,
begrudgingly.
it means you really have it. I don't know. That's me. Like it's a solid place to like know where you're at in tricking.
I don't know. I think it's the tricking equivalent of a placebo.
Yeah.
That's
Fair.
just my opinion.
Hey, if it
but-
makes me feel better, Bryce, I'll
Yeah.
take my placebo and smile. Thank you very much.
Hey, I'm
Well-
not saying placebos don't work. I'm just saying that's what it is.
Well, we got 3 B's and a C, so we're gonna keep it in B for now. All right, rod floor is next.
This is easy B tier for me.
I agree.
I think that it's very nice to do tumbling passes on, and that it's kind of restricted in that you can only do tumbling passes on it, really. But it's very bouncy. It's very good for training and practice. Another like negative to it is that it's so narrow and it's like just a singular path like forward. Like it doesn't. You can't obviously
if
do a whole
rod
combo
floor
on it.
was like bigger for actual combos and tricking, it
yeah.
would be like an A. But it
I've
is so
definitely
narrow, so I would say maybe B, but I'm gonna say C because I don't use rod floor a lot. But when I've been on it, it's been really nice. So
Yeah, I think B is pretty uncontroversial. I would say I would push back against what Jason said, not too hard because it's not like the biggest change. But instead of saying that it was really only for tumbling, I have also seen people do certain swing combos, mostly ones consisting only of zeros. But and it's obviously got very different timing from the floor. But it definitely seems to have some benefit, some application outside of just punch tumbling combos.
Yeah. I will say that if they could do the air track transformation from air track to air trick with rod floor somehow, I don't think the physics would work out, but if they could figure out how to do that, that'd be awesome. I would very much
that'd be a
enjoy
nice
that.
in between for real.
I think that would be. I feel like that's basically accomplished by
Gymnastics
like
floor.
gymnastics floor. Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like that. Those
That's
two are kind of the same.
I just feel
Really
like
I think
soft
rod
ones,
is
really
slightly
soft
bouncier,
ones.
but yeah.
Like I've been on some gymnastics floors that are like really soft. Like it wasn't in Tennessee at the Tricks Giving Gathering. That gymnastics floor was really soft. Like I've been on a few of those, but it's like those are like the professional floors. The one I have down here is gymnastics, but the springs and boards are the same as like the cheer. It's just the topping is different. But the other floors I've been on, the actual springs and like foam is different for real. So it depends on the type of floor, but yeah, like the really soft ones, the really good ones are like rod floor pretty much.
yeah. Okay. I think B is a solid place for it. Next we have snow.
Yeah, this one's not great, as we discussed in the episode. I don't know if it's necessarily Dookie. It probably is Dookie garbage. You wouldn't want to fall in snow.
Guthrie did triple cork in it, so
Yeah,
I know.
no,
I
I would
remember that.
say the thing that snow has got going for it is just that it's very pretty in shots. Like when you take videos of tricks done in snow.
I've seen people like do tricks off trampoline to snow too, and like they'd be fine to use it as a pad. So I don't think it can be Dookie garbage. It has a lot of uses. I would say maybe D.
Yeah. I could agree
I think
with
we
that.
can be a little bit more generous than that. I think we can give it a
Because
C.
snow is not ice. Ice is ice.
Yeah, ice is
Like,
dookie
you know,
garbage for sure. There's
Like
no
ice is solid. Snow is a little fluffy, a little bit, so it's got some more benefits, like kind of like the sand thing.
Do you guys remember there was this Swedish tricking team, Task
Yes.
Tricking? They had I don't know if you guys remember, they made a video called Beach Day where they went in
Yes.
swimsuits out into the snow and they just
Sounds
fucking started, they were drinking beers and just like doing tricks into the snow, and then they got naked at some point. It was amazing.
Sounds like tricking to me.
It's called
It was. Yeah, that was very much Task.
Yeah.
Task was Swedish for penis.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
funny. Penis tricking. That's
Yes.
amazing. That's such a...
Trickers are so mature. If you haven't.
Yeah, especially the European ones for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
whatever weird tricking energy you think exists in the States, it's like hyper concentrated in Europe.
This is true. Oh my god. But yeah, snow, easy D tier in my opinion. So I like the visuals of it. I agree with you, Bryce. All right.
I guess it feels kind of weird to have done lava spikes after like having like without having have done like spikes and lava both. But here we are anyway, coming back to just spikes.
Yep, spikes. Dookie garbage probably. You lose all your rings, kind of sucks.
Yep.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to fall on spikes either. I can promise you that. Like I
Depending
haven't
on
done
how
it,
you
but I just
fall, it
know.
could be deadly. You know.
Yeah,
think-
I would say that as far as incorporating training on spikes into your tricking routine is concerned, it's probably
No benefit.
yeah. I can't really.
I
see-
mean,
No, no,
only
Malik,
thing I
don't
can
even
think
humor
of-
it, bro.
the one thing I can think of is if, like, you know, like those the hard plastic things you put on carpet for like to make more things more rolly.
Yes.
The bottom of that is like spikes, kind of. I used to walk on that when I was younger to get my feet stronger. And it helped, but did I ever think of doing a flip on it? No. So it can make your feet stronger, but tricking wise, there's no benefit to that. Like, might as well just go on concrete barefoot. There's
Yeah.
nothing really to it. But
You know-
I really try to think of a way. I really try to entertain it.
You know, if you spread your surface area far enough, you're gonna experience less pressure on
So you
these
need
spikes.
a lot of spikes for that. You need a lot of spikes for that.
You also need to like land on like I don't know your back in order to be able to do that. But even then, I'm pretty sure it'd be death. But yeah, so probably
yeah,
not.
and
lost.
also
No
yeah, I
benefit.
have to question the.
Unless you'll be the best concrete barefoot tricker.
Yeah,
there's no
exactly.
benefit.
I have to question the goal of this particular training method too, because like, are you attempting to become Johnny Appleseed? Like, do we just need to be able to trick if there's like broken bottles on the floor? Like,
That's
I
what I'm
understand
saying,
if
like-
that's the constraint, but
Like, what world are you living in where you have to do that? Where it's like, oh, I'm gonna be around a lot of broken bottles. I want to do flips around them as well. So
but by the time that this is the sort of parameter within which you have to start considering, maybe you should just try to look for someone or somewhere else to trick.
Yeah, I would say Dookie
Yeah.
garbage. It's
Yeah.
not great.
High Dookie garbage tier.
All right,
Definitely,
Zach wanted to come in, so he's in.
Okay, perfect.
Wait, I don't even know.
Yo,
I can't even see him.
we were supposed to only
He's
have
still
one
setting up
guest,
his
but that's
audio.
all right. That's
Oh.
all right.
Hello, Zach.
I've arrived.
We just
Hello.
rated.
Zach, how are you doing,
I'm
man?
just gonna be in here briefly because you
Okay.
guys wanted to meet cream cheese and
Yes.
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, adorable.
sweet and so small. Also, because since Malik was over here visiting me, I can do nothing in moderation, and so I decided I'm going to get a second one.
oh my god, bro, yo.
So
Okay.
she is named, Iris, which is not as breakfast food related, but
Hummus.
there you go. Anyways,
That's awesome.
yeah, I
love
was
that.
procrastinating on dishes for art school. I'm sorry.
No worries. Thank you for coming in and showing us them.
Absolutely. It was nice to see you.
Yeah.
What are you on for like surfaces? Because
We just did spikes.
Yeah, we just started talking about spikes.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
probably
sounds so
not the
stupid.
greatest.
Yeah. But before you leave, Zach, what are your thoughts on spikes?
Okay, so I stayed over in like the greenhouse for like a
Whoa.
week back in June, and they had this weird like shiatsu mat that they're like, yeah, just stand on this thing, and I'm like, why? What benefit is there? And they're like, do it, and so I did, and it sucked. But we, hey, I mean like, Tiki trains on like foam block floor, not spring floor, and he just gets really ungodly good on that. So, and that's because like there's not as much give. What if we just like put that on floor and just had people trick on that? You want to land even lighter.
Oh.
I think that if we use spikes,
I mean, okay.
we just have people trick on that, then eventually we're going to figure out how to just not land.
We just cease landing tricks. Yeah.
It's a good theory.
Perpetual
So,
flips.
using the carrot and the stick approach, we're just going to teach people how to fly.
Exactly.
I like this.
That's
would
amazing.
be a
just
lot
do
lighter-
it-
you'll be a
we just
lot
do it
lighter
for
than
long enough to
spikes.
learn how to not land, and then we're good. We can take tricking to the next level. After.
Then we can just fly and trick. Yeah, I like that. Okay,
That's the
I think
solution.
that bumps it up to D at least, guys.
Yeah, I think
I
It's
mean,
so.
definitely
it
got a
would be a
practical
lot
use
lighter
now.
on
There's
spikes,
just
very
so much
light.
untapped potential there.
Like you would like.
Damn,
He's
Zach.
so light on
stop
your
it,
Jason.
man.
Jason's so over this. He has control over my screen, so he can change
Yeah,
it.
and until you revoke it, I'm gonna continue to make adjustments.
How do I do this? How do I do this?
I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God.
I'm not
Just
gonna
his
teach you
screen.
though.
Can you change his key bindings?
I can do a whole lot of stuff actually.
Change it to Dvorak. Jason,
Like-
I dare you.
Sorry about that. I've
Jason!
got 2 dogs.
Jason,
fighting.
no, no. Oh man, you can really fuck my shit up if you really want to. Anyway, okay.
On this week's episode of Talking Tricks, Frank gets ransomware
Yep. I mean, I already got the GIFs.
in the GIFs.
Oh, okay, break it up, you two.
Yep. All right. Well, it looks like Malik's taking a break. Zach, do you want to help us judge gymnastics or Super Champ, I should say?
Oh, we're getting back to the
sure.
trampoline.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd love Eurotramp. Like,
Yeah.
I'd drive like an hour to go train on it, like almost weekly.
I see you post a lot on Eurotramp, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I
Okay.
personally like it. I don't like it as much as like just Black Tramp, like rectangular or whatever it might be. But
Well, my options are either Eurotramp or like shitty Walmart tramp. So
see, I would
Yuri,
actually.
Your word is now canon. Like that's just the truth. Forrest did get a girlfriend, and it's because you said it. So sorry, just had to interject that real quick.
Great. But yeah, so I actually would take the Walmart cheap tramp over the Euro tramp just because
Same.
it's more similar in terms of swinging, and I like my swings. But Euro tramp is fun to land the newest crazy thing that you're trying to do. So I don't know. I can't do as many combos on it. That's the thing that really upsets me.
I think something that we had mentioned back during the actual Surfaces episode proper is that it's probably the ideal way to work on your aerial awareness for just about any trick that you can't already land on the floor to work on that way. It's the only way for most of them, really.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would personally give this like a C. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think it's C tier. I think it's Eurotramp is really cool, but it's like so bouncy. And if you're not into that, like I'm not, then you're gonna have biased opinions and want to rank it in C. So
Well,
I
we
would say
haven't
B.
brought up the cons. Oh, sorry, Malik.
I would say Euros B too. Like, I don't use it often, but when I do use it, and I'm on it for a long time, it's really good for awareness and just figuring things out with no energy at all. Like, no energy at all. You can just focus on all tech and not have to try it all. And
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's
Just
true.
me.
Yeah,
Yep.
the only thing where it doesn't necessarily aid in your skill is the fact that the takeoff and landing has such different timing compared to the floor.
It's
But as long as
so
that's
slow.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
like the
It's-
slowest of
Yeah.
all things, I would say.
So
You
as
gotta
long
take
as
your
you're
time.
not getting yourself too comfortable to the takeoff and landing that's happening on trampoline, then I'd say you're pretty safe. Because once again, there's no way you're going to replace getting the aerial awareness that you will get by practicing on trampoline. But just don't overdo it and fuck up your timing for your takeoff.
Yep. So
For
what?
Eurotramp, you have to consciously think, okay, I'm training this just for aerial awareness.
Yeah.
There's no takeoff wise whatsoever.
Yeah.
But
So-
for one-off tricks to just grind that out, it's fantastic.
I agree with that, and it sucks for comboing in my opinion, especially compared to to just like rectangular tramp or black tramp or whatever garden tramp. So what did
Go ahead and watch Tiki. He'll combo a shit ton of that shit, bro.
he does
He'll do a
crazy
lot of
stuff.
things on a Eurotramp, so
Tiki's
Tiki
done
on that. He's done crazy stuff on those.
he did
long
TDR
combos.
on it. I don't know how you TDR on a tramp.
That doesn't make any
period.
sense.
He's done a lot of it, so he's an exception, I would say, but it's possible. Is all I'm saying.
It's funny because I think me and Bryce specifically talked on the landing episode about how tramp is restrictive in terms of what moves you can do. For example, TDR and
Yeah.
cheat kicks and other.
No, Tiki's done it all. He'll do it all. Again, I was listening to it. I was like, the only exception is Tiki, but like, it is hard to do. But like, he's done it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I could agree
He
with
trains
that.
everything on it.
Very little about that makes sense to me.
I agree.
Yeah. That's
So can I get your guys' ratings again? So Bryce, you said B.
For Eurotramp, I said
Super.
C. C's
I said B.
I said C.
I said B as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Frank, it comes down to you.
Tiebreaker.
It's your opinion now that'll determine this.
Malik and I are always on the same page, it seems.
I'm actually gonna make it B
Got the
now.
good takes.
Because Malik he like successfully converted me, and I think that aerial awareness is really important, and I do like
So important.
Supertramp / Eurotramp.
I think that's sensible because it's a useful tool. Like we kind of stressed there. It's like it honestly, I do
It's
think
just-
that it deserves to have a place in your routine if you can manage to get some time on one of these bigger.
That's what I was
Eurotramps.
saying. It's hard to get time on a Eurotramp than like a Garden Tramp or a Black Bag.
Yeah,
But
that's
it
really the
is
hardest
useful
thing
when
about
you get
it.
to it. It's really useful when you get to it.
Yeah. Next up is just regular tramp, whether that be Garden Tramp or your
Hey.
Defy variety. What did you say, Malik?
I don't see S. I would say S, honestly.
I was gonna say A or S, honestly.
I'm saying this is A tier. This is always better than Eurotramp just because it's more accessible and I think there's like it's a little bit more reliant on tech, or like it's not as giving as Eurotramp is. Like it requires a little bit more training and practice, I think.
I'm gonna say S, and I'm gonna stand by the S.
Is
Alrighty.
accessibility one of the criteria here that we're using?
It's one of the many variables that aren't really weighing too heavily into consideration, but it's just
Definitely more
something
accessible than most other trampolines. So.
Yeah.
I would say it plays a part for me, accessibility.
It does it does in some ways. Like for example, like obviously cheer floor is great, but grass is really good because it's almost always available.
Usually
Yeah.
most
Well, and then
gyms that have
grass
a
and-
trampoline, I feel like usually
I
have
just
a black
wouldn't
bag.
want to rate G-Tramp higher than Euro based on accessibility, you know?
Okay, I can see that. But
On,
yeah, no,
on
I-
pure accessibility, I would say not, but my preference is also regular tramp over G tramp.
I
G
just
tramp
think the
spooky.
uses of it, the power ratio and everything. I feel like the Eurotrim is good for awareness, but Black Bed is really good for like just seeing where power is. Like if you do a standing trick on Black Bed, it's pretty much the equivalent to like a really good setup on floor. But like
Yeah.
I equate it to like just training methods. Maybe I'm a little biased. I grew up on Black Bed trampolines, but like I learned a lot of my trick and timing, and I realized it wasn't that much different than floor if I was good at on floor.
Mhm.
But it's the most like the most around is the most concrete. That's going to be like the most consistent around wherever you are. And then it's just like I don't know. It's not hard to transfer that from the trampoline to the actual floor. It's just
Yeah.
different. Like overall, I think it's like especially like the really good ones. Like there are really bad garden tramps. They're really good garden tramps. Like the Acons are really good. The other ones are shitty. Like so, it depends on the type you have. But I think it's an S. Like I think like the ones that are like the rodless or whatever, those are really nice, and those are really like the S tier. But then like some garden tramps are like maybe A. So it depends on which type you get.
Yeah.
It's definitely type dependent. I personally, I definitely think very highly of them. I know for a fact, it's not a maybe for me. I know for a fact that I'm biased towards garden trampolines just because I
Same.
spent so much time training on them back in California. But I think what I want to stress, and I think this was actually brought up momentarily, but probably the reason why they're better than Eurotramp is just that it takes a lot more effort to actually get height on a garden trampoline, which might sound like a negative at first, but that's actually really good for making sure that you're not getting too much of an assist, right? So you, like Malik was actually saying earlier, the stuff that you're doing on garden tramp, it translates down to the floor easier. Obviously, you're still getting some level of assist, but it's not nearly as much of a I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to bounce 8 feet in the air like you get on a Eurotramp.
Right. Yeah. I could agree with that. I don't know. I just think trampoline is cheat codes for tricking, in my opinion. Even though it does have some downsides, like we talked about in the podcast, where you can get chronic injuries from garden tramp. I would say most people don't get to that point because most people train in moderation, which is how you should do it. And that's why it's S tier to me. It's just such a good supplementation for tricking. So, yeah, S tier for me. Who else said S tier? Malik, Bryce. Did you say it?
I said A.
You said A. Jason said A.
I definitely had a high opinion of it, but not quite S in my opinion.
Okay, Jason said A. Zach, what was your opinion?
I'd say A.
Okay, so it looks like A is where we're gonna put.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean
I'm
it's
really okay with that.
it's still really good.
Also,
so-
like A plus if that was an option. A plus, but it is A.
I'll put it at the top end of A tier. How about that? There you go. Okay.
Okay, now we got wet grass.
Yeah, we got wet grass. Dookie garbage.
Yeah, automatic. No discussion.
Like, how bad do I want to trick is the question. How bad am I trying to trick that day?
That's true. I have actually sacrificed it all to trick by tricking on wet grass, and it sucked every time. But I do believe
I've been
that
outside while it's not raining, then it started raining. I've still been tricking, but it's not like if it's raining, I'm like I'm gonna go outside and trick. It's like my thing.
I don't think that's ever.
Wet grass. Tricking on wet grass is kind of like being like a heroin addict, and you just dump all of your heroin in something really nasty, but you're an addict, so you still really want to take it, and that's what wet grass is.
I think we could all relate to that with tricking, honestly.
Like the same kite triple cork on wet grass was nice.
Right.
Shaquan does double back on wet grass, which is cool. So it's like a challenge, but
Yeah.
is it like necessary? No.
Does that
Yeah,
elevate
not
it?
really.
It's
It's not really
that
worth it either.
does it elevate it, but then we come down to the trash question, right? Because trash was elevated.
Challenge doesn't necessarily always make something more impressive. Like you can, I'm not very impressed by someone who breaks down a concrete wall with their forehead, even though that's really challenging.
I mean, sounds deadly too. Again, with wet grass, like yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
you did it, but it's not aesthetically pleasing sometimes, even because the camera is gonna be all wet, and then it's just like a lot going on with it.
Yeah.
You're probably gonna slip.
Yeah, I was telling them before the podcast started, like I once trained on wet grass after like it had rained the night before, and I was not able to splits, but that session I was. It was not fun time.
I think we also have to take into account like our
That's the
Seattle.
case, it should go up into A tier. Case in the splits.
Yeah,
That's
you.
pretty impressive. I don't know of any other surface that's done that.
It hurt.
Trying to think of like the benefit of wet grass, honestly.
Beauty
There's
is
no
painful,
benefit of it
Jason.
either. There's no oh, I'm slipping for power. So you're gonna slip because you're gonna slip.
Yeah.
It sucks for
it's almost
blocking
like
too,
in
because it's
sand, it's almost like wet sand. It gives in a lot, but then it's like it's thicker almost in a sense as well. So it's worse.
Here's a
That-
practical
that's
use for
mud.
wet grass. If you, for whatever reason, you really need to humble yourself.
You're gonna get dirty too, Jason. You're gonna get really dirty.
Yeah. And wet. Not only we get dirty, we'll get wet.
Yeah. So it's
I mean,
like,
tricking always makes you wet. Don't worry.
yeah,
You know.
that's true.
Yeah.
All right, are we thinking Dookie garbage or D for
Yeah,
wet
that's
grass?
what I was thinking. There's no.
It's
benefit
Dookie garbage
from it.
here, bro. It's Dookie garbage here.
Yeah,
Unanimous.
I
If
almost
Spikes are D, this is Dookie garbage.
Spikes and Nuclear Wasteland are better than wet grass. Is all I'm trying to say.
It's what this comes down to. It's the takeaway.
All right, we got our last one here. Wet sand.
Wet sand. All right.
All right, this is also absolutely Dookie garbage.
I agree.
Nothing screams, sprained ankles, or I'm sorry, what is it when you
Bruised heels.
bruised heels? Exactly, yeah. Nothing screams bruised heels like fucking wet sand.
Yeah.
Bruised heels and like getting motorcycle road rash from just sand getting yourself across the goddamn beach.
Like the equivalent of if you just skidded down the road at 70 miles an hour.
Exactly.
Just like, oh my god.
I'm not gonna lie though, one of my best sessions was on wet sand.
Yeah. I have had good sessions on wet sand, but I always have
I've had
repercussions
fun
after.
sessions, but never good sessions. I'm not breaking barriers on wet sand. I'm always just doing fun, chill things. Sometimes kind of cool, but usually it's like, it's nothing insane. I don't
Yeah,
think
no,
you're.
I'm not saying it doesn't belong in Dookie, but
I mean, wet sand, I would say, might as well be with concrete and hardwood floor.
Yeah.
Yup, and D. Yeah, I would
Yeah, I
say
think-
so.
Oh yeah.
I think the strongest argument for it to make it to D is that wet sand. Usually, we're not just talking about wet sand in the middle of the nuclear wasteland because you poured out all your water onto the sand. We're usually talking about wet sand that's like right in front of the beach. And so, just like snow got an extra little bump from the shit looks cool when you do a trick in it and take it on video.
Yeah.
It also looks very nice when you do tricks on wet sand
beach,
right in front of the water. So
You,
Yep.
you also have to take into account that there's a good middle spot where if the sand is completely wet, it's gonna be really hard. But there's a middle part where like it's not completely dry, but it's also not completely wet, and it's like a nice safe zone of like it's
yeah, you'll
soft
know
enough.
it because that's where the sand will start to stick to the bottom of your foot when you do kicks and fly at your cameraman.
This is true. Wait, how did dry sand make it so
Sounds like
high?
Bryce has a vendetta.
Dry sand has more benefits.
Just dry
Yes, it
sand,
has
it
more
gets
training
flung
benefits.
everywhere. Like I get sand in my eye. Like I don't know. I'm not a fan.
Wait, are you saying that you're Anakin Skywalker and you hate sand?
Hate sand, yeah.
I hate sand. Yeah, I do.
It's dry and coarse and it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
I love you, Bryce, for knowing that word for
I'm
word.
saying, I am.
Gone
I am a nerd.
this long, and I'm surprised it wasn't brought up sooner.
I hate sand.
All right. So yeah, this is our tier list. We only had Cheer Floor on S tier, so nothing else is S tier. Which you know what? I
Yeah, you
agree
know.
with that.
That's
fine.
I think that's well deserved. It's the king of floors. You know, it's the king of surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
deserves
really
be
want to argue that
loved.
gymnastics floor is higher than cheer floor, but
Mm.
I
I've
mean,
been trained on it enough
again,
to like
different
make that argument.
gymnastics floors are different.
Yeah, it's very
The
it's
one at
there's a lot of
Tundra is
variables
probably
to
really
it.
different than the ones down here in America, and that was probably really nice compared to the ones down here. It's just different types of grass, different types of spring floors, gymnastics floors. But cheer floors are usually always consistently that springy but hardness. That's like
Mm-hmm.
a good testament of like skill and just like concreteness. Like that's not too far from grass, but it's not too far from like a gymnastics floor either. It's a good in between. So
Yeah.
S is okay.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I also just want to say that like I don't know, cheer floor. It's just like what we base everything off of. So
It
just
is,
makes
yeah.
sense.
It's the ubiquity of it. The fact that it is. When you think of tricking, you probably think of tricking either on grass or on spring floor.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just kind of like the default.
That's an aspect of it. We sort of got into this for a couple of the different surfaces, but you know, we don't have the data. And theoretically, if you wanted the correct data, you would need to go and get a whole bunch of people and record the amount of time they spent training on each of these surfaces and the amount of injuries they got over that course of time. But I would venture to guess that most people, while they simultaneously have the largest amount of time spent training on cheer floor, with perhaps alternatively maybe spending most time on grass, they probably also have the lowest ratio of injuries to time spent on cheer floor than
Yeah.
something like a trampoline or grass. So
I could agree with that because I feel like even gym floor, there's more injuries, but that's just a personal assessment. So
I know
couldn't
for a
tell
fact on gymnastics floor there's more injuries.
you. Yeah.
I know it to be
Way
true.
more injuries.
Especially acute injuries. I would give in terms of saying that cheer floor probably has more chronic injuries in terms of like overuse stuff, but I feel like there's more acute injuries on gymnastics floor. But yeah, I mean I'm satisfied with this tier list. Are you guys? Is
Yeah.
there anything that people want to move, like the lava spike maybe up? You know? No, not the spikes.
Now we're good.
I,
Now we're good.
How are we gonna
I still
levitate?
go hard floor C.
Yeah,
Hard floor C. I don't know about that. Maybe we'll put it at high D if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, that one's.
I think
staying.
y'all just suck at concrete and hard floor shit. But
That's true.
That's just
Yes,
me.
mad. This is
Mad 'cause
what Yuri
bad,
said.
yes.
Mad 'cause bad.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you're not wrong. I'm willing to admit that.
Like those are both C's. Anything that I can dub cork on is C or above.
That is a fair assessment. The double cork test.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you take a
Is
screenshot
that
on
how
Windows
trash
again?
is going to make it up into the
Jason?
Print screen, Frank. Or can you could do? I think Windows S will allow you to. Oh no, Windows S will not do it. It's
Well, you
Control Shift S maybe? I don't know. Just look up snipping tool.
It's Windows Shift S.
Windows Shift S.
So
Beautiful.
Wow,
Frank, would you
Kieran
say that
knew.
this
That's
is
awesome.
that
Good
this
job, Kieran.
tier list here represents your medical recommendation?
Sorry, what'd you say?
I said, would you say that this tier list here represents your recommendation as a medical professional to other trickers? for
Okay, if this
surfaces?
reflected my recommendations as a medical professional, I'd first of all, Lava Spike, S tier. This is a medical recommendation. Everyone should trick on lava spikes, okay?
Okay.
Would tumble track count as like a surface as well, or is that like trampoline?
Would tumble that's a good question. It's kind of like tramp, but not really. It might be its own
like
surface.
Tramp, it's like in between tramp and rod, I would say.
Yeah, I agree with that, Malik. It's somewhere in between. Something we didn't consider, and unfortunately, we're just going to have to be happy with what we have, like Bryce
It
said.
happens. It happens.
Yeah, we missed moon surfaces
Yeah,
as well.
tramp
Talk
and
about
moon.
tricking in low gravity.
So
Yeah.
Bryce, in terms
Yeah.
of frequency of training, I'd probably say this is reflective of what I believe. Maybe with sand a little bit higher, but yeah, I'd say if you're training most frequently here and a little bit less here, and then like it keeps going down, this is reflective of what I would recommend. So,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I
maybe
mean, it looks pretty
air
reasonable
track
to
down
me.
here. What?
I say it looks pretty reasonable to me. The only difference is I would put puzzle mats way lower, but I'm just nobody agrees with me on that, so I'm
But
happy.
the
for it to be
vibes,
there.
Bryce, the vibes.
The vibes, yeah, absolutely.
You
gotta get
forgot.
vibed out.
Puzzle mats is probably C. I would say that. But puzzle mats on spring floor is nice, though. That's a B.
Okay, that's because
Yeah.
now we're just talking spring floor.
I've tricked on both, so
Yeah.
it's like again, it's just different. It's just different types. This is different types.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna save this under maybe your tier list pictures, finish tier list, and so we have this picture already. I'm gonna see if I could add the moon and like Mars or something, cause that'd be cool.
We're gonna do a quick little bonus round here.
Yeah, just
Let me very quickly while you do that, let me get an exact acceleration for surface gravity on the moon.
Yeah, can you
Okay.
calculate this
Check,
for us?
check on Mars as well.
I'm not
might
going
as
to
well.
calculate it. I'm just going to look it up. Surface gravity on the moon. I could calculate it, but it would just give me the answer that Google's going to spit out anyway. So.
In like
uh,
a fraction of the time, yeah.
Yeah.
What other surfaces do you guys want rated?
Full track.
Remember that on the moon, there's no wind resistance either. So
Yes, it is. It is not got an atmosphere.
What about
Alright, girl.
Venus?
Really
Venus
fast
has all
twist.
the atmosphere.
You have to hold your breath the whole time. Or would you trick in a spacesuit? What would you do?
All right, so it looks like here. Let me get this into
Yo.
a fraction that makes a little.
Freaking
What?
storage containers.
Storage containers.
Stop, Malik. No. Yeah, the
Haley
freaking.
Payne did a lot on those things.
He did full in, I'm
Dude.
pretty sure. Full
He
in or
did
double.
everything, like tumbling wise. So that's a whole
Okay.
surface, you know.
That is, it's so steel. Yep.
And it gives a little bit too.
someone
So,
get Bailey
looks-
in on the Zoom call.
Yeah,
like,
fine, send the link.
Surface gravity on the moon is about 15% of what it is here on Earth. So you could think about just having 15% of your weight. And so you'd be tricking like that. So.
I'll trick like Soche easily.
But then what would Shosei trick like on the moon?
He'll just be the
It's
best
like-
at whatever he's doing.
Yep.
All right, is there
Over
any
top
other
and-
surfaces I should add?
No, I think that's,
I think it's kind of just like a little silly little bonus round thing anyway. Yeah. So if you're 170,
Definitely
so it's
full
not
track. I
exactly
think you got full
15%. It's 16.5%. But if you took just a 170-pound person and asked what they would feel like on the moon, roughly 30 pounds. So
Add the finished
Holy
tier list to the
shit,
tier
I'll
list.
be Soche.
yeah,
The
exactly.
Yes,
tier
yes.
list?
How would you trick on the tier list? What would you rate the tier list as a tricking surface?
As a surface,
That's brilliant. That's
If
brilliant.
I had a
Thank you.
trick on, okay,
very
yeah,
meta.
I like that.
No, like our tier list, the screenshot that you took of the tier
Oh.
list
It was
earlier,
in the
Frank.
same folder.
Wait,
Yeah,
you're so
it's-
right. It is in the same
there.
Yeah,
folder. What am I saying?
literal.
It's there.
Wait,
It's
did you
Yeah,
say
they're
that it's a
finished
JPEG
tier.
or a JFIF?
A GIF, obviously. There's no other.
All right.
Boys,
Come on,
you
Bryce.
were
Did we
supposed to
add
earlier,
tumble
but
track?
Did we add tumble track, Frank? Did you add tumble track?
I
Oh,
didn't
look,
add
we
tumble
could
track.
have. We could have added them real easily too.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Okay, let
Nice.
me. Should I really quick? Well, let's rate these and then I could add the rest, right? Or no? Should I add the rest? Let's do tumble track. You're right.
Just add,
Yeah,
just
we'll
add
just
tumble
add-
track. Hurry up,
I'm
Frank.
saying at least tumble track. Yeah, at least tumble track.
I think that's the last surface.
Like that.
besides-
That's an actual
An
legitimate
actual
surface,
surface.
at least. Like,
Yeah, you're right. All right.
try to get
Tumble
some sanity here.
track.
Did you not add tumble track?
No.
No, he did.
No, he added he added storage containers.
He added everything else besides. I was like, "Hello, can we get like actual surface here?
Okay. Last call. Does anyone want anything else?
A
No,
real surface."
I like the
Use caraway
meta.
needles.
Yeah, oh, that wasn't that in the episode we talked about?
Yeah,
drinking
we,
on broken
we
glass and
briefly
needles.
talked about talking on use
Flaming alligators, please.
Flaming alligator. No, please not use needles. That's so
So
disgusting.
many of us are in Florida. We gotta add alligators. to the
Frank,
group.
this is so disgusting.
Oh, this is a web piece file. I can't do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably best we don't. Let's
Okay.
let's
Alright.
let's.
That's fine. I won't add use
it's on
needles.
stream.
Thanks, Frank.
All right. How is tricking on this tier list? If we had to put it on somewhere.
S tier.
It's S
immediate.
tier.
That's tough. I don't know,
It's
man.
either S tier
Probably
or
S
it's Dookie.
or Dookie
Needles.
garbage. Yeah, I don't know.
There's no in between.
No,
No, it's definitely not winding up on any of these mid tiers. Definitely
No.
not.
So I was
no.
thinking about needles versus used needles. So I'm trying to compare those. So
stop it.
Trying to get the difference. All right. I say S tier for this tier list.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll allow it.
That's fair.
Okay. The moon.
The moon.
I
that's
would say
clearly S tier.
provided you had the right
S.
equipment to do this, it would be S tier because
Well,
you could just trick
what-
it
no
immediately.
injury,
Accessibility, though.
awareness.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Zach. That's true. It
Yeah.
isn't very
Tier.
accessible unless
Sadly.
you're.
A then.
Yeah,
If we bring
A.
accessibility into it.
Yeah. All
A,
right.
yeah,
But
because
for
you'd
you-
have
It's
to be
the
Buzz
most-
Aldrin. To, like,
It's the most expensive gym session ever.
Jeff
what it is.
Bezos is trying so hard.
All right, guys. So we have a Patreon. If you want to donate to our Go to the Moon and Trick Fund, feel
Exactly.
free.
We're trying to get the first moon session, so
Yeah.
we're not
Yeah.
inviting any of you. You're paying to send us.
Yeah.
Just so you
Yes,
know.
but we're gonna set up a gym floor on the moon. We're gonna rent out astronaut gear, and
Yeah.
you know,
We're not even
Uh,
gonna bring the best trickers in the world.
I will
It's
be
just
right
gonna be
back.
us.
no, it's just us. It's just
First
us.
moon gathering.
The moon gathering. You know, it's scary that that's gonna be a thing one day. Like
TMG, bro.
likely. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
a TMG.
Yeah. All right. Storage containers.
Here.
You know, really, I don't recommend this at all. If those things are like 6 feet tall, and if you fall off of that, that's it. That's game
Yeah,
over.
I think the other thing to mention is the fact that they're corrugated. Like they're,
It's not
they're,
great.
they're not
Right.
flat.
That's not.
Maybe it's Dookie garbage.
It is. It is Dookie Gar. How did Bailey Payne do round off double back and pull in on this?
He had to sell
Actually.
his soul to some eldritch being.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, now we got. Well,
It's the same eldritch being he sold his soul to so that he would survive getting hit by a car in the middle of a double back.
Yeah.
you're so right though. He has to have sold his soul to like have gone through the shit he's gone
Hit
through.
by
There's
the double
no.
car or the double back.
That should kill a person.
Actually, why
Yeah.
don't we have that as
He
a
wasn't
tricking
trying
surface?
to dub back.
I'm happy he survived, and I definitely don't wish him dead. But I'm just saying, if you get hit by a car in the middle of a fucking
God.
double back, that should kill you.
I can't spell car, guys. Just a heads up. Should we have car as a tricking surface?
No. No one has done a trick on a car.
Oh, Bailey Payne.
Bailey Payne actually, yeah. has
No,
successfully-
the car hit him.
He
while
dive
did a
rolled out of
trick.
it, and that is
From what
technically
I've
a trick
heard,
in the
Tim
trick it is.
Farley.
Yeah. All right. So we got Tumble Track. Let's rate Tumble Track, and then we're done.
All right. Okay.
I think this is B tier. It's as for the same reasons that Rod. Like it's only marginally better than Rod, and it doesn't meet the same criteria as the other A tier items
Mhm.
in terms of like usefulness. So I think B is appropriate for it.
It's got a lot in common with Rod Floor. It's
Neil did
unfortunately-
cork on a van. No, we're not putting a van. I'm sorry, Malik. We're just not doing it.
Malik.
There's
oh
no
my God.
van.
That's funny.
There's no van.
I think he's got a point though.
All right. Well, Tumble Track. Yeah, I could agree with you, Jason, that it does go on B because it's just mad all right. It's there. it's fun to use whenever I do use it, but it's not crazy good.
It's got that added little injury bonus of you could land either side of it, and if you're really not expecting that, it's like you guys have had that moment where you're walking down the stairs and there's one less step than you expect there to be, and so your knee winds up in your chest and your whole life flashes before your eyes.
Yeah.
Drifting on a tumble track is why my wrist is currently sprained.
Yeah,
So-
exactly. But it's like that moment of just like, oh, I shouldn't be here. What's happening? Who are you people? That is like way worse on a tumble track than it will ever be on any set of stairs ever.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah, I don't know why gymnasts are just so obsessed with being in a narrow space, but that's just like what other equipment is like. So, cool.
I know they're like, I just need to be like claustrophobic the entire time. I do my best, and then I can, score perfect tens.
I think it's the same idea as the floor is lava, but
Yeah.
whatever. Not a fan. Okay.
All right, I think that this has been very exhaustive and exhausting. So we've accurately ranked just a good majority of services.
Yeah, we've got
but now we have to rank the
comprehensive list here.
updated. Yeah, we have to rank the updated tier list now too.
God damn it.
Yeah. I think S tier for that one.
S plus.
We should make a whole new category for them.
Yep. Edit the new tier list.
Yeah,
and
let me
then
just
put this one in S plus, and then once we've done that, we need to snip the new tier list after that and rank that.
S
updated
plus
tier
plus.
list.
Yeah. And then it just continues, and we do this.
Yeah.
forever.
So upload a set of images, updated tier list, and then let's add a. Can we add a? Oh fuck.
Show extra rows down there. Look at that. What's that? Oh no options. Okay. Row 7. We'll just put it S plus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Submit.
S plus, but it's gonna be at the bottom.
Yeah. Well,
Oh wait,
What
what?
can you
Why
do?
didn't it didn't
ain't
add
even.
it? That's annoying.
Damn.
Okay.
Well, I guess it'll just have to be S.
yeah.
It'll just
Well,
have
actually,
to
no. It's
be the
Dookie
best
garbage now.
possible. Yeah, you're right.
because of the sheer disappointment, it's Dookie garbage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, yeah, this was comprehensive. We've now judged every single possible tricking surface. There aren't any others. Don't come and add us with any others. We won't talk about it.
Literally 0 others. Malik, you missed it. We just updated the tier list and then added the
I was
tier list.
listening. I was listening.
Do you agree with tumble track, by the way?
I mean, there are in-ground tumble tracks and above-ground tumble tracks. Most of them are above ground, so
Oh, the above ground's so sketchy too, though. That's like.
I'm on that one right now. My gym I have, so it's like it's not the best. In-ground's usually the best. It's like the nicest, but it's so rare. So,
Right.
B's fine.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. We were gonna talk about Hooked, but we've been doing this for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yo, Hooked was
Yeah.
wild, yo.
Yeah.
All the footage is on Tricking Battle, so
True.
Well, then we have plenty of things to potentially look at and do some more dissects on. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps we'll just dissect some Hooked, or we'll
Yo,
do another
Hooked
live
was
stream where we talk
wild,
about
bro.
it.
Not how I thought it was gonna go at all, but yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed doing this live stream. So maybe Jason, if you're down to live stream at some point this week, because I'll be in Florida. I'd be down to do
we
that.
can do that. We can do the Hook battles with Bryce, and we can get people on and talk about them.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Cool. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. This was a pleasure, and I hope you guys enjoy your holidays. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to stop the stream.
Oh no.
We're trapped here forever now.
Did you? I think in OBS you could just stop.
Stop streaming. Okay.
Oh,